Howdy everyone, Pocho here with an Age of Magic video, and in today's video we are going to be doing a hero spotlight for the first goblin coming into the game, Sneaky Beaky. For those that run the AOM data tool, whatever you call it, I will be posting the equipment for each level at the very end. So if you want that, jump to the end, I'll have it all there for you. Anyway, let's get into it. So here we are with Sneaky Beaky, the rogue of the Goblins faction. His hit points coming at 1.7 million, speed 218, armor 12k, magic damage resistance 16k, basic damage 99k, critical hit chance 34, which isn't too bad, critical damage 169k. I mean, I get frustrated when I see healers with higher crit hit chance than other characters in the game, but he's done alright. His speed probably could be a little bit better. He's a goblin. They are notorious for being quick and quite feral. So, yeah, sure. But as normal, here are the stats in depth for you people. If you wish to pause it anywhere and have a look, all on you. And as usual, we'll jump into the arena and we'll see what this guy can do and what his abilities are comprised of. Okay, so looking at Sneaky Beaky's basic attack, Shouldn't did that. Deals damage to one target, which increases by 20% per dead rat he has. Increases the chance to deal critical damage by 10% per dead rat he has. So, first of all, I want to state that this dot point business, this is such a good format for abilities. This is so good. I love this. I think you should go back, play cop through every single champion and do this to them. It is much neater, looks cleaner, and easier to understand. So, as you can see, our Sneaky Beaky has a stack on him, so we'll go ahead and look at the ability in action against the old fabled Worm Priest and see what it can do. So a 244k critical hit off a basic attack, pretty decent, nothing special about it. I can't see this character having any super awesome animations. He's just a goblin and he's just a rogue, so yeah, it looks good. It'd be interesting to see how quick the rat stacks can stack up. Never know, it could be like a crazy X and you blink and all of a sudden you've got 173 messages and you don't know where they came from. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But we'll move on to his first special and see what that's all about. So moving on to Sneaky's first special, Go for the Eyes, triggers the rogue class mark, deals 2 strikes in a row to one target. Has a 40% chance and an extra 30% chance per dead rat he has to reduce the target's accuracy by 100% for one turn. If the target is suffering from confusion, which gives them a 50% chance to miss their next turn, or if the turn isn't missed, reduces their outgoing damage by 50%, then the attack will do 50% more damage. So there's a lot there. What that means is that there's a new debuff coming to the game called Confusion. What 80% of this is describing what Confusion does. Reduces their hit chance by 50%, and if they don't miss their turn, they do 50% less damage. Any target suffering from confusion, Sneaky will do 50% more damage to them with this ability. And the last part has a 50% chance per dead rat he has to stop the enemy dodging the ability, and debuffs cast cannot be blocked by Fortitude. So we'll go ahead and use it on Worm Priest. As you can see, we have a dead rat stack, so it will be interesting to see what happens. He fortified. There was only a 50% chance he couldn't, and Worm Priest pulling out the goods. But there you go. So it looks like there's a lot to this ability, but there's not really. Half of it is them explaining what confusion is. So it will be an interesting debuff. It will be introduced with the Goblin faction, I believe. Just Sneaky Beaky can't apply it. So moving on to Sneaky's second special, Magic Carp Juggling, triggers the rogue class mark, damages one target. Has a 50% chance for dead rat he has to block the target from being healed for 2 turns, and also stops the target from being resurrected if they die while the debuff is active. Deals 50% more damage to targets suffering from confusion. Has a 50% chance per dead rat he has to stop the enemy dodging the ability, and debuffs cast cannot be blocked by Fortitude. So we'll go ahead and use the ability on Worm Priest. He jumps, slashes, and debuffs are applied. Beautiful. If you saw it, he had 2 stacks of the rat debuff stack on him. So 100% chance to land. Very interesting debuff. Just from this one champion, I feel like this will be a counter to Beastmen potentially, because we all know Beastmen are quite strong. And the moment Big Monkey Boy gets a leadership ability, I think they will become one of the, if not the top tier team in the game. So they will need heroes in the game who can prevent resurrection from death. And we all know the plague in the game at the moment, which is Phoenix. So it'll be interesting to see if Goblins can counter something like that. Other than that, I think it is a good ability. We'll move on to his passive, his final little knick-knack he's got, and see what that's all about. So looking at his passive ability, Sneaky Hit, at the end of the Goblins faction's leader's turn, he gets a dead rat which can't be thrown out or removed, and every rat received reduces fortitude by 1% until the end of the turn. So it's a little bit of a debuff to him. Not much, 1%. At the end of his turn, he throws a dead rat to the allied healer and tank from the Goblins faction for each dead rat he has. So as you can see, like I said before, the whole ex-girlfriend messaging a bunch of times, he is going to be sending out a few dead rats himself. Has a 33% chance at the start of an enemy's turn to hide for 1 turn and reduces his incoming damage from the next 4 attacks by 50%. At the start of the battle, he blocks initiative reduction against allies for 1 turn. So, pretty interesting passive. He's a pretty versatile rogue and offers a lot to a team, but his use comes with the dead rats. He needs dead rats, and of course, Goblins are going to be the only faction that can apply dead rats. So, upon his release, I can't see him being useful at all to anyone in the slightest. But as more of the Goblins release, his use may pump up. I do see the faction being useful. Will it be top tier though? Maybe. If all these characters have abilities like this, where they ramp up on dead rats, and you've seen, just from him alone, he can apply dead rats to his ally tank and healer. The Goblin King, I can say, I'm not going to tell anything about him because I can't, but I can say the Goblin King gives out dead rats as well. It will be an interesting faction because it seems like you need to figure out what abilities you want to use at the right time. So who knows? Might be a bit of strategy behind the team, but time will tell. Overall, at the moment, he's a useless hero, but I'm pretty sure he comes in the Battle Pass, and the Battle Pass is always worth it. So get the Battle Pass, get him, because I doubt he will be useless when the rest of the Goblins come out. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll answer it to the best of my ability, and wherever you are in the world, until next time, please take care of yourself.